Alright guys, welcome back. We are back in the engine bay of the Yellow Mr2. I am happy we got the axle done last week, and I'm happy we got the steering rack done last week, and now we're working on what I hope to be a little bit more fun. So this is where we are with the engine bay. I got the intake manifold painted, kind of ripped out a whole bunch of pieces, got the heat shield painted so far, the charcoal canister, but this is the ugly duckling in the room. So we have the valve cover. We got to do something with this because it looks bad. So I'm going to remove this, I'm going to paint it, and we're going to reassemble the engine and get this car back on the ground so we can drive it out. I'm not going to be done with everything I'm doing with the car, but you know, it was driving. We basically pulled it apart to, you know, it's not drivable at the moment, so I want to get it back to driving condition. And then we'll continue with some of the cosmetic stuff that we're going to do to kind of bring it back to life, like the polishing, etc. All right, so with that said, let's move on. We're going to remove this valve cover. Now to get this off, you got to take the throttle body. There's a runner that goes right here. So we took that off, your 4 bolts. And then for the throttle body, we got 2 bolts here and then 2 on the bottom, which I took out these 2 already. So we're going to go ahead and remove these. All right. And the reason why we're doing this is for ease of getting this valve cover out. So the valve cover, it has these Phillips bolts, which are, yeah, one, they're literally, they were finger tight, so they come out very, very easy. Look at that. I'm pretty sure this valve cover is leaking because the back of the block has oil, so we're gonna change the valve cover gasket, paint this, and then we're also gonna replace these bolts with the Allen bolts, which are gonna look much cooler, I believe. So let's just start by taking this valve cover off. So we loosened the throttle body here. So we're just gonna lift this out of the way just to slide this thing out. There's a vacuum hose here. We're gonna pull that off, and then this electrical, you gotta pull the 2 timing cover bolts on the front and the back here just to kind of get this up and out of the way. So we'll just push this off to the side. And now we're gonna get our plug wires out. So these just pop right up. One of the things you don't have to worry about with Gen 4, Gen 5, because you got coil packs. All right. And I'm gonna get this here. Unplug the throttle position sensor right here, just kind of get these wires out of the way again. And then what I'm going to do is pull these, take out all these screws. There are 4 on the back, 3 on the front, 3 in the middle. I took the ones out on the back already, so let's get these longer ones in the middle out. And again, I'm surprised at how loose these things were. So I don't even know if the valve cover is leaking because they were loose or because the gasket is just, you know, old from age. Probably a combination of both, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll fix it right now. All right, so the valve cover at this point should be pretty loose. There you go. So the only thing I have left, I got this hose right here. So let's pull this off. Push this back in here. So now it's just a matter of lifting up. And you know, we pull the throttle body here just so we had some room to kind of lift this thing and pull it up. All right, so just a little persuasion and this valve cover comes right up. And let's see what do we have going on in this valve cover body. So we got the valve cover off. I'm just gonna put the gasket back on here and slide this throttle body in. Just leave it temporarily in place. And let's look and see what's going on inside this valve cover here. Obviously, you guys saw the timing belt. I had removed the valve cover to set the timing. And that seems like the only way I was getting that timing set. So anyways, looks pretty clean. It's out 90-some thousand miles. Looks decent. Looks like he had regular oil change. So, you know, this is what she is. US model, not the JDM ones with 50,000 miles, as they say. So let's now I'm just gonna, you've seen me do this before. We're gonna clean this valve cover, get some degreaser, get some brake cleaner, clean it, sand it down, and then paint it. We're gonna paint it black. because this is a yellow car. It doesn't need any more colors to go with it. We need something to tone down this yellow. So we'll paint this thing black, we'll throw it back on, and then we'll start to assemble the rest of the pieces that are painted. So I always look forward to seeing this type of stuff on YouTube, so hopefully you guys will be interested as well. Stay tuned. Alright, first coat is on, and there it is. So went very light so far, so letting it kind of get tacky, and then we're going to put a second coat, and then we're going to follow up with some clear. Looking good. Alright, so all that painting, and we got our black valve cover. So just like that, we went from ugly and crusty to gloss black with a nice clear finish. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to install the valve cover now. So just got to remember on the 3s, you got to put some RTV right here in these joints. So on two cam corners right here and the one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to slip this valve cover on, and let's see what it looks like. Alright, so there's the black valve cover. Nothing too new that you guys haven't seen on this channel, but definitely looks a lot better than what was there before. So I'm happy about that. We're just going to put all the intercooler pipes together now because I want to get this car started. So I'm just assembling the throttle body pieces here. I'm going to throw the plug wires in next, get our heat shield on, and just keep chugging along. So just stay tuned. It's just a lot of you guys watching me do some work right here, but stay tuned. All right, more painted parts coming in. So we got the heat shield. And this was gonna polish it, but it was a little bit rusty, so I don't think it would have came out pretty good. So I just painted it. This is high temp, so this is the 1200 plus Fahrenheit paint I used here. So this should last fairly good. And I also painted the manifold because it was rusty and I didn't like seeing the rust. So let's get this guy on. And we're gonna put some new stainless steel bolts in place. Get rid of those rusty ones that we had before. So you heard me before saying when you're restoring these cars, you just do a little bit at a time, and you know, every little thing, including these bolts, you just keep. You'll be surprised at the end how good everything looks just by doing these little touches. So we're gonna add these stainless bolts and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so like everything on this car, these two bolts lined up in the top, and this one was actually not attached when I got the car, and it was rattling. So I figured, okay, I'd throw a bolt in there, but it looks like this whole heat shield is twisted. And this thing is pretty solid, so I'm going to drill a hole right here because that's where it's lined up on the back, and this is the easiest way to kind of get this done right now. So here goes. Hopefully I don't drill a hole through my finger as well. Alright, so I'm cleaning up these wires because they're full of grease, and I figured the valve cover looks so nice. I gotta wipe off all the grease off of these wires. This is the stuff you'll never get done in a shop. Only here on this channel. Alright guys, so this is going to be a stopping point for tonight. So we got the valve cover put back on. We have this side of the engine painted and refreshed. All we got to hope is that it starts right now. So I'm just going to put on the final intercooler hose. I'm going to leave the charcoal canister off, and that side I'm going to pull it apart another day and detail that, get it looking sharp. But the real key now is to start this up. So I did start before I pulled it apart after I did the timing, so fingers crossed I can mess nothing up, and because I don't want to have to pull this apart again. So I'm going to connect this one up, we're going to crank the engine, we're going to see what happens. Here it is, it looks good, and it runs. Before and after. Let's see where our RPM gauge is at. Right on the money. She's still a little bit cold, but for the most part, so that's it. So now we just gotta get the polish done, a couple of goodies put on this car, and she is ready to go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit all over the place, but we got everything done. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.